we conclude the ninth letter. The Alter Rebbe says, "My beloved ones, my brethren, direct your hearts to these words, which are expressed briefly, which we expressed yesterday at great length, a very high bar that was set, and what it means to make a livelihood, and who you're making that livelihood for. Very high bar. And as we mentioned yesterday, it's something to work towards." And it says, concerning what we spoke about, when we are face to face, we'll speak more at greater length. However, we need to know that we are approaching the footsteps of Mashiach, the final redemption. And as we come closer to ultimate redemption, the principal service of God is the service of tzedakah, of charity. As our sages have said, that Israel will be redeemed only through charity. Only through charity. Wow, very powerful statement. So that's crucially important. Parenthetically, about 6 years from 1986 rather, 1992, the Rebbe gave out dollars every Sunday to make everyone an emissary of tzedakah, of giving charity. Of course, we kept the Rebbe's dollar and we gave another dollar, but the point is that Rebbe engaged with thousands of people, gave out thousands of dollars every week, that people should be empowered to be charitable. So, and that's how we're going to be redeemed. But our sages seem to say another statement, that the study of Torah, which we're doing now, is equivalent to the performance of acts of loving kindness. In other words, Torah study is all the acts of loving kindness. Torah study equals them. So what's going on? What does that mean? We just said that we'll only be redeemed through charity. And now Torah study is equal. So Alter Rebbe says that was in the days of what we call the Tanoim Amaroim, the students of the Mishnah and of the Talmud. Then the primary way to serve God was through Torah study. That was then. However, today, as we're approaching the footsteps of Mashiach, and as the phrase says, Sukkah David HaNefeles, that the Sukkah, meaning the edifice of David, meaning the holy temple, has fallen. Has fallen to the feet, to the heels, meaning, in spiritual terms, it's fallen to the world of Asiya, the lowest level. The lowest level, the world of action. So, therefore, since the divine presence of God has fallen to the world of action, the only way to truly cleave to God, to the divine presence, to the Shekhinah, is to transforming that lowest level of darkness, where that has fallen the presence of God, right? And transform it into light, right? So it needs to be, in other words, it's fallen into the lowest dimension, and the lowest dimension of the human condition is action. Lowest in the sense it's the motor skills for action are much more, are a lower form, a more basic form than that of speech, much more complicated, and of thought, human thought. So it's fallen to the feet. So you got to pick up from the feet. You got to pick up the feet, the low feet being again the lowest level, the world of Asiya, And in the human condition, that means action, right? To pick something up takes action. You can't speak it to pick it up. You can't think it to pick it up. You got to act. So then you got to do an act. So what is the ultimate act? Charity. Now, why is it charity is the ultimate act? And because charity, what you're doing is you're giving to someone who doesn't have. Well, guess what? In the world of action, this world, called the world of Asiya, is a world that doesn't have, has nothing of its own. It's only the God that provides. So, as God provides into this world that it has nothing of its own, God provides. So likewise, we need to, so to speak, mimic that act of God of providing those who don't have, you and I and everyone, right? And transform that low, dark world where the divine presence of God has fallen. We got to pick it up. We got to pick up those who've fallen, those who are crestfallen, those who don't have, and we got to pick them up and give them. Now, whoever sacrifices their impulse with this respect, about gives charity with an open hand and an open heart, right? Which is a sacrifice. You're giving of your hard-earned money that you could use for your own benefit, your own pleasure, your own sustenance. What are you doing through this? By not, by sacrificing that impulse. You're causing that the evil side of the universe should be subjugated. And you convert thereby the darkness of the other side of me and of the world, and you're transforming it into light. That's unique now. Right? Again, because the presence of God has fallen. It's fallen to the feet, lowest level, in a world of action. So to pick it up, it takes an act, the ultimate act of giving. Because in giving, we have an impulse not to give. And then when we overcome that impulse and we give with an open hand and an open heart, then what we've done is subjugate the negative side of me and the negative side and the evil side of the universe, and brought into that darkness light, the light of God. And through that, we will merit, as it says in Isaiah, Yeshayahu, behold, eye to eye, God returning to Zion, meaning the presence of God that will come ultimately in Zion, and we will have the presence of God back in its rightful place through the coming of our righteous Mashiach. Powerful. Powerful. How redeeming charity is. How it is taking something that is the presence of God that has fallen, the Shekhinah, and we lift it right up. All right. I have someone that just contacted me from Israel that needs some money. It's not doing well. Not healthy. Former Montrealer. So what divine providence to reach out to him and help him. So folks, reach out to someone who is in need. Is in need, give them. Give something that's meaningful. Okay, any questions? don't see any questions. All right. Beautiful. So folks, take a coin, take a dollar bill, or take a whatever amount. At least in your home right now, you should have a charity box, a pushka, a coin, put it into a pushka, a bill, put it into a charity box, and we're going to bring the redemption one step closer. Tvida. I thought we would need to rectify the wrong we did that caused the temple to fall, such as when the second temple was destroyed by baseless hatred. We have the increase in Avos Yisrael Mashiach to come. Yes, and that Avos Yisrael will be expressed through tzedakah. Right? We need both things. Absolutely correct. Baseless love, means you're going to give. That's what it means. Yes. So, today is Rosh Chodesh, Elul, a good Chodesh, a wonderful new month of Elul. Today we started to sing LeDavid Hashem Oiri. Tomorrow we start blowing the shofar in preparation for a new year. More about the month of Elul. I start now every day just a brief thought before starting Tanya. So you get in early, you'll get it. Okay. A wonderful month of Elul. Ani l'doidi, v'doidi li. I'm to my beloved, and my beloved is to me. Thank you for joining. Rambam coming up. Have a wonderful day. Good chodesh.